Well, at the moment, it's not so much clear, to be honest. What I hear at the moment is that there is a big skepticism towards this agreement that has been signed overnight to reinstate Hamdok. I mean, the UN transition mission has worked over weeks to get him back into this position. But as I understand, there is huge skepticism from the civilian movement that this would really work. And the fear is that the military will have the upper hand in this now what is called technocratic government. From what we hear, the FFC obviously, but also Umar Party, the Congress Party and others have already declined this deal. Others have been a bit more open. Some signatories of the Juba Peace Agreement have kind of welcomed this deal. I sense in the international community there are some who are kind of in favor that there is some transitional element back in this government. But I think overall, if the military isn't able to get like a trustful relationship back to work with, especially the strong parts of the civilian movement, this will become very, very difficult. And Hamdok is now in a very tough spot. And this is exactly the problem that everybody sees, because the big kind of expectation after getting rid of the long dictator Bashir was that this is now a government that is really civilian controlled, and this deal with the military is a transitional deal for a transitional period. I mean, of course, now Burhan and others say, okay, we keep to this transitional promise, we keep to this transitional constitutional charter that is in place. But I think the big trust is just not there anymore, because what we see now is still like a government that comes out of a military coup, whether Hamdok is reinstated or not. Hamdok is not in place because of the initial political civilian forces that backed him, but because Burhan accepted to reinstate him. And this is really something different from the dynamics. I mean, let's see. To be honest, like, this military coup was against all logics, and it hasn't been successful. There was not one international player of relevance that has backed Burhan in his move. Even strong traditional allies like Saudi Arabia moved against him. So he was kind of very alone in this. It remains to be seen what happens now with Hamdok as being kind of the symbol of the civilian government that was in place before back in position. But my feeling is that, especially like the Troika countries like the United States, the United Kingdom, they're not going to back this move. It depends a lot what the United Nations mission is able to achieve in the international community. I understand that UNITAMS, the United Nations Transition Mission in Sudan, has welcomed the reinstatement of Hamdok, and it will depend a lot if they are able to bring other international players on board or not. My sense is rather they won't.
Okay.
الشعبية في السلطة واتخاذ القرار ودي حاجة مهمة. أنا شايف إنه الثوار وصلوا الوعي. وشهداء ثورة ديسمبر وتحية خالصة